Nearly 15 years after two teenage sisters were found murdered in a taxi in North Texas, their father is about to go on trial. Jury selection begins tomorrow in the capital murder trial of Yaser Said. It was New Year's Eve 2007 when 18-year-old Amina and 17-year-old Sarah were shot multiple times. Authorities say Said shot them in his taxi cab and left it in front of the Omni Hotel in Irving. They say he was upset that his daughters were dating outside the Muslim faith. Said was one of the most wanted men in the world, on the run for more than a dozen years before he was caught in Denton County in 2020. Our Rebecca Lopez and Tanya Eiserer have covered this story from the beginning, and tonight they reflect as the trial finally begins all these years later.
Did you ever think that we would see this day here 12, almost 13 years later, where finally Yaser Said is in a courtroom?
I always felt that he would be arrested at some point. I remember getting the call when they said he'd been caught, and I thought, finally, it was just like a big sigh of relief.
I think it's still a little bit shocking to me to realize that he was truly, apparently, in this area, if not the whole time, most of the time. There were, rumors in the beginning that he had gone to Egypt, but they never found any evidence that he actually did. There was a lot of talk that maybe he was in New York City.
From your interaction with the families, what's your takeaway from this family dynamic?
Dysfunction does not even begin to cover it. I'll never forget attending, and Rebecca, you were there too, we went to the funerals, and it became very clear to us very early on that there were people within his family that felt like the girls had gotten what they deserved.
While they wanted to live American lives, he very much wanted them rooted in his traditions. And I do believe that that caused a lot of friction between the girls and their father.
What's the thing that will stick with you the most from these murders?
The girls in those pink lined caskets. I'll never get that image out of my mind.
For me, it's the videos of them so happy and carefree and then just gone. They were just taken in such a senseless manner. And again, this is one of those that, as journalists, we cover things all the time that are painful, but this one really hurt because of the innocence of these two young girls and what was taken from them.